Hey folks, this is Mitchell with The Conscious Builder. We're down here in the south of Ottawa and we're going to share some details with you about our Warmboard install at our 4,000 square foot custom net zero home. So the home is primarily a slab on grade with an in-floor radiant heat. But we have two sections, one here that has a wood framed floor over the mechanical space and an upstairs room here with an engineered floor. And we needed a solution to be able to continue the heated floor surface throughout the house. We chose Warmboard because they were very quick at getting back to us. We sent them the plans and within the day they had given us the specs and the prices, and we were able to send that off to the client and make the order. So it was really quite a seamless process. So Warmboard offers two different product lines. The Warmboard S is for new construction with no existing subfloor, and that comes in an 1.1 by 4x8 sheet. What we've gone with here is the Warmboard R. Now the Warmboard R comes in a 2x4 sheet, that's 13/16. One of the advantages of the thicker aluminum over its competitors is that it allows you to maintain a lower temperature across the floor and save you money in the end. And then these are the two different types of sheets. We've got the straights, and then we've got the loops, and then those are for your PEX tubing and allow you to kind of create and contour the lines to fit the different shapes of your room. So follow me inside and we'll come take a look at the plans. So these are the plans that came with our Warmboard. Like I said, one of the other advantages with Warmboard is that they were simply so prompt on the design side. Here you can see the first zone, and now each area is divided into a zone which contains multiple loops, which then connect down to a manifold. So this is the tube layout, and if you come over here, Warmboard does all the thinking for you and plans out all the different pieces that you need. So here are the curved pieces labeled RT, we have our straight pieces, and then we have these pieces labeled here with an asterisk. So those are straight pieces that you are going to cut to fit the dimensions of your room. And the offcuts from that will then be used up here as filler pieces. And that allows you to sort of guarantee that there's no waste with this product. They really have thought it out and makes for a really efficient install. So now we've entered the great room, and we're currently standing on the heated slab. And this is our 20-foot mantle that'll feature a TV fireplace situation. And this is the office, which is the first area in zone 1. And we've got the main entrance, foyer, and over here is the mechanical room that will house the manifold. And like I said, one of the reasons we went with Warmboard was to be able to continue the heated floor surface onto this wood framed floor. And if you actually come with me and take a look over here, and over here you can see, because we knew that the Warmboard was going in, we were able to drop this subfloor to the exact height that it needed to be in order for the Warmboard plus the tile to meet with the hardwood floor that's going to be installed here over the slab. And we're actually in another really cool area. We've got a 2-story dormer up here in the front foyer with a nice big beautiful window. It's going to create a lot of light, and I think we look really beautiful. So that was zone 1, and if you follow me, we'll go take a look at the plans for zone 2. So this is our bonus room, floor panel layout, floor tube layout. Same thing as before, where you've got your straights, your offcut pieces, and the curved pieces. So this diagram here shows you your tube layout, and it's also going to show you where you're going to need to route to connect the different loops within the zone. Our first step, however, is layout, and we'll go upstairs and take a look at how we did that. The Warmboard kit comes with the 3 printed plans, 2 metal alignment pins, 3 custom wood routing templates, your straight, curved, and mustache, your router template guide, and a 5/8 router bit. So Zone 2 is a 600 square foot bonus room. Before installation, you'll want to ensure the floor is flat and smooth and that your Warmboard panels and subfloor are completely dry. We used method number 1, screw only, with no adhesive. We used number 8 1.5" self-countersinking screws with a smooth shank. We did about 4 with a hand drill, and then once we had a significant amount of panels installed, we used our quick drive subfloor system to drill the remaining screws into the panels. For the heating ducts, we used a jigsaw. For the middle cut pieces, we set up a cutting station and used a circular saw and had the aluminum facing down. And for the routed cuts, we found the template pretty easy to use, though we did do some scraping with a grinder to remove any burrs and recommend using a shop vac for cleanup. For the PEX install, we had our HVAC technician install the PEX lines. In some cases, it may be your plumber, though not all plumbers will have the appropriate license and certification. If your HVAC is doing the boiler, they will likely want to do the PEX piping, which is what happened on our install. There are a couple of options for returning lines to the manifold. We had multiple bury points to feed the tubing back to the manifold by going through the subfloor. In our case, the manifolds will be installed after Zone 1 is completed and installed on a later date. So this is our fully installed Warmboard in the bonus room. So the first thing to note is that the Warmboard doesn't extend all the way over to this knee wall over here. And in this case, that's because a built-in will be built along the length of this wall. And so we'll simply add some plywood at the equivalent thickness of the Warmboard. So Zone 2 is comprised of 3 loops located far side of the room, down here in the middle, and then over here on this side of the room. And then all of these are drilled down under the floor so that the loops can feed into the manifold under the staircase. So this is my first time installing Warmboard, and I have to say that it's a pretty seamless process. Warmboard really does think of everything for you and provides everything that you need in order to make a great install.
Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and a big thank you to Warmboard for sponsoring this content. We're going to be sharing Zone 1 and the complete floor install on a future video, and if you want to learn more about Warmboard, you can check out the link in the description below. As a team share, this was our first time using Warmboard, and we would definitely use them again when the opportunity arises. Until next time, I'm Casey Gray, and remember to live consciously.